was really, really hopeful that we were going to be able to come in today and be reacting to a series where the Phillies were tied with the LA Dodgers 1-1. But unfortunately, that just wasn't reality, as they drop another one. Fall 0-2 in the series after getting swept at Citizens Bank Park. They are now 1-5 in their last 6 home playoff games. It is the first time that they've been 1-5 in 6 home playoff games, Ricky, since 1978. The home field advantage at the bank is no more.
No, there is none right now. You know what's funny? The Dodgers, in their post-game press conferences, talking about how they can't believe they're up 2-0 coming into Citizens Bank Park, sweeping out the Phillies. And now they basically just have to win one home game, and it's all over. And the Phillies go home, as they did last year, as they did the year before, as they did the year before that. And it seems like we ran into this is running into a vicious cycle that Philadelphia fans do not like right now. And I got to give the fans credit. They were there to try to boost this team up, and they let them have it when things weren't going well. That is what a Philadelphia fan base is. Okay? I don't have a problem with it. You probably don't have a problem with it.
Nope.
Some guys do, apparently. But in reality, you know what? They showed up. The team did not, is what is really going on. And you could look at the big picture. Look at it all you want. But the guys making the big bucks are the guys that haven't shown up yet.
It's beyond frustrating, and you're spot on with the fan base. Like, the fans came out to support this team, but when things are going wrong, and it's the same story that we have seen now 3 years in a row from the big money players on this team, your big stars on this team not showing up, of course the fans are going to be frustrated. They have every right to be frustrated because we invest so much of our time, so much of our money, so much of our emotion into this Phillies team over 162 games. We did it in 2023. They let us down. We did it in 2024. They let us down. And then they sucked us all back in again this season. And I compared it to a toxic relationship a couple of months ago. And shame on us for believing again. Because shame on you for fooling me once, right? Shame on me for fooling us twice. What happens when you fool us 3 times where we buy in and we think this year's going to be different, and they do it to us again at home, both games, where your big stars are non-existent, Ricky?
I'm not going to lie to you. I bought in. 3 months ago, I said, this team is winning the World Series. I felt different about this team. I felt like, especially in the fact that when Harrison Bader came over, I felt like they turned into a team. When was the last time you felt like this team was not just a group of individuals playing? That was the first time in years I had felt like this team has finally grown into a team that could win, not as individuals, but win for that name on the front of the jersey. They're not doing it. They are just not doing it right now. I mean, look, I know they're not out of it. It's not over. It's never over until you get that third loss, and I understand that. But the odds are not in their favor, okay?
I would say no.
I would say no, too. But I mean, you're going out to L.A. What kind of effort are you going to get when you throw Aaron Nola on the mound? Which came as a shocker. There's a lot of crap going on right now that is not being explained to us.
And we've been saying it now all week,
yes.
though. You and I talked over the weekend, off air, obviously. We're not on the weekends. But then we brought it up yesterday on the show that something is up with this Ranger-Suarez situation.
Yep.
Because we kept saying, why is Rob Thompson doing what he's doing? Why is he not announcing the Game 3 starter? Why didn't Ranger pitch in the inter-squad game? Why wasn't Ranger called out of the bullpen in Game 1? And then I even said to you, Ricky, there's no way he starts Aaron Nola in Game 3, right? There's no way that's going to happen.
What I told you, I said that name's been popping up a lot. Something's up.
And now it happens. Look, there's so much to get into from last night's game and this series so far. We're going to be joined by World Series manager Joe Maddon at 3:25. A lot of questions for him about the job that Rob Thompson has done. But what's bothered me more than Rob Thompson, it's not only the big stars. It's really this entire team, because what they've become, Ricky, are a regular season team that when the lights shine the brightest, they disappear. I was reading an article from our friend Jason Stark, who will join us tomorrow like he does every single Wednesday. Listen to these stats. So this season, They had the best record at home in all of Major League Baseball, 55-26. They had the best run differential at home in all of Major League Baseball, a plus 100. In 26 home series this regular season, they were 22-3-1. That is the best ever in the divisional play era, dating back to 1969. This team was dominant at home. But then what happens? The lights shine bright. The stakes get elevated, and this team crumbles like the frauds that they're becoming. And that's what's bothering me the most.
It should piss you off. Everybody in this fan base should be emotional about this. I mean, because, you know, when you think about the Phillies, who's the first name that pops up? Quick, go.
Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper, yeah. All right, well, he's one of the three that are hitting 2 for 21 in the first two games of the series. You look at these first two games, you know the reason why they haven't won, right? His name is Bryce Harper. His name is Kyle Schwarber, and his name is Trey Turner. You can't say anything else about it. You look at what is going on with this lineup, and these are the three guys that are the guilty parties. And if this goes down in 3 games, and they pull another 1 for 10 or 1 for 11, it's going to be their names on why the Phillies went down in this series. And that is sad, because when you even think about it, those are the 3 highest paid guys basically on this team. Those are the guys that are supposed to bring home a world championship.
And 2 of them are definitely going to be here. One of them is hitting free agency. We'll have to worry about that when the season's over. But, yeah, here's the numbers for everybody. 2 for 21 so far this series, 11 strikeouts, and 0 extra base hits from your big 3, Turner, Schwarber, Harper. Dating back to the 2023 NLCS up until now, when Bryce Harper hits a home run, the Phillies are 3-0 in the postseason. When he doesn't have one, they're 1-9. This team goes as Bryce Harper goes, and unfortunately, he's not going. And then Kyle Schwarber, who was your MVP all season long, 0 for 7, 5 strikeouts in the NLDS. But it dates back even further. You include the regular season, Schwarber is 0 for his last 21 with 13 strikeouts in his last 6 games. And it gets even worse, Ricky. In Kyle Schwarber's last 5 postseason games, he's 0 for 18 with 10 Ks. And I love Kyle Schwarber, man. But what is this team doing? When the lights shine brightest, this is when guys make names for themselves. This is why nicknames like Mr. October stick with Reggie Jackson. This team is becoming the complete opposite of Mr. October. They fail to show up in the big moments, and that couldn't be more frustrating. And this is why there were so many fans. And I feel bad for ever trying to tell fans to believe, because there were so many fans this regular season who did not want to go all in. They did not want to believe in this team, even when they were playing good baseball, because they had seen this story 2 other times, and here we go again.
I mean, it's just a frustration thing, isn't it? Every year we come into this and say, okay, this is the year they get back. This is the year they get back. I will say this, at the beginning of the year, the one problem I did have is that they keep rerunning the same team back and forth. Okay, maybe I lost that a little bit. I lost sight of that a little bit because of the season they were having, and they had a great regular season. I am not taking anything away from these guys in that type of area. But when it comes to the postseason, this is a team that has failed. They have now failed 2022. That wasn't necessarily a fail. As a matter of fact, that may have been the best run from a wild card position that they weren't even supposed to get there. Let's face that.
I'll give you that. However, and I agree with you to an extent.
However, they had stars on the team.
But they did outperform that year. But then what happens when they get to the World Series? They got no hit in the World Series.
Yeah, that's
no hit in the World Series. So, we all look back at 2022. Oh, what a memorable run. They got no hit in the biggest moment of all their lives in the World Series.
You know who I'm interested to hear from, Bill? Whether it be a text, whether it be a call, the people that always say, well, they gave us a great year. Are they still thinking like that?
No.
You know, we've heard it in years past, though. So every time it comes up, every time they go out in the playoffs, well, they gave me a great year. I really enjoyed the year. I have a feeling that has changed. I have a feeling we have gotten past that point where they're like, wait a minute. This team seems to sit down every time they get in the playoffs against the good teams.
Yeah, well, you look at how much you've invested in them, 162 games, and what did it get us? It was a great season. You just watch them lose both times that you may never see them again this year because they may not make it back from L.A. They got to win 2 in L.A. But we do want to hear from you today because this is the problem with doing the afternoon show is you got to live all day with what happened last night, just sitting around waiting and letting it all just fester and letting it fester. So it's all coming out now of what we had to sit through last night, the game one. It's been very frustrating, but we want to hear from all of you today. Hit us up, 610-632-0975, even if it's just a therapy session to get it all out. Maybe it'll help you feel better.
What's up, everybody? It's Bill Colarulo from Unfiltered with Ricky Bo and Bill Colarulo. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel because we post a ton of content. It's not just what you hear on air. We're posting content all day long. We do some things before the show, after the show, even stuff during the show. So subscribe, like, do whatever you got to do. We got all this content coming to you every single day.